Alrighty, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen and beautiful people? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's feeling blessed, grateful, and highly favored today. Alrighty, so we are still setting up. Mover still did not send out my furniture, so I don't even have my laptop charger. So as you see, the percentage of my battery is rather low, but we're going to make this happen right over here. So once again, I just want to welcome everybody back to Go Live with you, Master Educator Manny Quinones. If you guys can, if you guys are feeling blessed and highly favored, thank you so much for the blessing on the new house. I really appreciate you guys showing me love from all over the world. If you guys want, you guys can feel free to let me know where you guys are tuning in from. But what we're going to do is, because our battery is low, we're going to get right to work. So we have some making up to do. Let's check out the market. Let's check out the scanners. Let's see what we can do with this New York session. All right, we're going to start off by opening up forexfactory.com, see what major news. So we have odd tonight. We have odd tentative news tonight. Okay, but other than that, we seem pretty clear. I'm actually looking at the odds right here, right now. So what I want to check out with AUD CAD and USD CAD. USD CAD already making a nice move to the downside. We're going to re-talk about this because this move is already made. And then we're going to look at the scanner. So we're looking at the scanner. There was, let me see what we had looking up right over here. I believe it was, no, that's a new pattern, AUD. Let me see, AUD CAD. No, not sure where I was looking at this at. and it's quite okay, to be quite honest. I have no idea. AUDJPY actually looking a little bit interesting. We'll take a look at AUDJPY. Alright, so looking at USD CAD and AUD CAD. Alrighty. Let's start off with AUD CAD. Let's check the market out over here. 1 hour time frame. If we take a look at the market, we see this market has a huge sideways movement coming right over here to the side, which is, you know, fantastic to continue to trade up in the market. Now, what I like the most is that we had a major break over here at these lows, right? We filled up a nice FBG area, but we had a beautiful break of this high, and we had a sharp corrective move to the downside, pegging these last lows right over here, right? So we have a huge demand area right down here in the market for us, right? So we can actually highlight that demand area, all right? Now we know that this is a demand area because the wick rejections we have over here, and then the very fast move that the market made out of this area. So it shows the banks does not want us in this area. So as the market pulled back up, we basically have like a retest of this particular zone. So that's basically what we're looking at over here. We're looking at like a retest of this zone, okay, right over here in the market. And we see that the market is still coming down, and we're in a very, very nice trending formation in the market, which I like very much as well. If we take a look, you see we have nice 61.8 pullback, push down with a 50% retracement to the previous level. So we could be looking to continue to bottom out on AUD CAD right over here. Alrighty, so that's what I'm looking at for AUD CAD. There's also a scanner trade on it. I don't know where it went. But as we check this out, let's zoom in a little bit for AUD CAD as we're seeing this over here. And as we're looking at this, we see that we have a nice rising wedge over here, literally about to break out, right? Literally about to break out. So we're like in a make or break it area right now. We're gonna analyze this. We're gonna talk about our entry point right here in this area. But before we get to the entry, overall, this is the analysis, the directional bias that we're looking for AUD CAD. All right, so nice downtrend, retesting this huge accumulation area, looking to bottom out back to this demand area with the rising wedge. And then not to mention, we also have some 1 hour divergence on the awesome, right? We have some 1 hour divergence right over here on the awesome as well. So this is definitely an exceptional looking trade when it comes to market structure. Okay, so that is the overall analysis for AUD CAD. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tune into this area and see what we need to actually enter this market. Okay, now there are two specific zones that we're looking at, right? We're looking at this first zone right down here. Let's turn this into like a money green. Okay, we're looking at this level as the first level, and then we're looking at this right here as the second level in the market. So these are the two overall target areas that we're going to be looking for. All right, see where the market is going to come to. So let's come over here. Let's put our money zones right over here just a bit. All right, and then let's zoom in and then let's take a look at this market. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to drop this down into a 15-minute time frame. Because you see we're at that 1 hour on the 20 McGinley. We're crossing below the 4. And then we can also see that there is a lot of structure over here, right? So obviously the break of this structure will tell us a lot. So as long as it doesn't break the structure, then technically it is retesting and it could go back up, right? So until we actually get the break, the confirmation of the structure, and what I really want to see is I also want to see the flip on this awesome to signal a downtrend for us, because trading divergences in the market, you want to actually see that flip of that MACD, that flip of that awesome to get more confirmation that the market is going in your direction. All right, so I really want to see that because Our stock is all the way down here, right? So I do want to see that. But look, we can see as the stock breaks below the 20, we can get a huge downwards move as well, right? So that's what we're looking for. So let's jump to the 15. Let's see how the 15 is looking. You see the 15, lots of consolidation happening over here. So nothing major. So we're basically just waiting for a ideal entry on the 15-minute over here. Okay, that's what we're waiting for. So here's our structure levels, right? So here's structure level number 1, and then structure level number 2 is ideally right over here. Okay. So what we want to do is we want the market to get out of this area. All right. This could be pulling back over here like it did over here. This could be pulling back here under the trend. As we see here, it's now trading under the trend. Let's open this up before we take a look. Okay. So ideally, this could pull back into this area, even go back up, right? Even go back up into this area. So we're looking to see what happens here before this market begins to come low. So ideally, again, we want to see the break of this level, right? We want to see break of we're looking at 0.9 3880, right? For sure. Okay. This is the ideal level that we want to see the break of if we're gonna be selling off this AUD cap. All right. So that's the level that we're looking for. Let's come back to the 1 hour. We're gonna set up and we're gonna see what happens over here for cap. All right. Let's set this up. So we're going to come back to check this out to see what happens for this CAD. Again, it does look good. Let me come over here to the 5-minute. Okay, I just don't like how the 5-minute is giving us an opposite directional bias, which means that the scalpers on the lower time frame, they could be pushing this market up, right? On the lower time frame, we could be having this market push. Before the higher time frame move happens, right? So, I'd be looking at a short time frame pullback over here, and then ideally what we're looking for is a higher time frame actual move. Okay. So this is ideally what I'm looking at over here. All right. Now, before let's come back to the 1 hour. Okay. Obviously, you don't like all of this extraness over here. Let's just tighten this up. Okay. Let's open that. Where's the order? So ideally, that's what we're looking at over here. So we're gonna come back to checking that out. Now, with AUD CAD over here, looking for this move, we're gonna come to USD CAD to see the correlation. So we might get the same thing on USD CAD. All right. So I want to take a really good look at USD CAD to see how this market is working out. So let's come to USD CAD. Let's check this out on the 1 hour. For USD CAD, okay? Because USD CAD, we want to see how these markets are working, right? So overall, we see a much larger downtrend for USD CAD, obviously. And then what we see over here is we see lots of structure for USD CAD, right? So a lot of people could be potentially wanting to take USD CAD up, like as a breakout of this area, so they could be looking for USD CAD to come down, to pop back up. Let's come over here to 4 hour, right? But what I believe is, let's just take a look at these lows over here. Okay, we see these lows over here on USD CAD. I believe before we get a bigger recovery, we could potentially get this USD CAD to come down and trade into this area. And one thing that does give me the context for that over here is I don't believe that this is a multi-session W over here, so I believe that this could just pull back more, especially because we have the break of this level over here. So you see how the market is starting to break back below. So I believe that we can have this whole trading zone. So maybe trading with us on AUD CAD as well. All right. Overall, let's come to a higher time frame for AUD CAD. AUD CAD, I like the move coming down over here. So USD CAD, I can see USD CAD just playing around in this area. Okay, so we had a very nice demand sell-off over here, basically like a teacup. We had a very nice teacup zone happening over here. Market was filling the FBG on the 1 hour, and the market pulled back. So let's come over here to the 1 hour. Alright, and let's open this up. Alright, now for AUD CAD, you see how the market, again, very sharply corrected. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down. So this is why we're going to wait for that pullback on AUD CAD, because as you can see over here, for USD CAD, I don't want you guys to get confused. I just want you guys to take a look, right? We have this huge double pattern basically getting made over here, right? Let me open up your eyes for a quick second. So let's say the market was making this kind of like this double bottom right over here, right? So eventually it could be working its way back up to that high, but I don't think it's going to make its way back to that high just yet. Now, what we're looking at in this zone, I want you guys to take a look at this zone, right? Let's take a look at this zone where this market is coming up. Alright? Let's take a look at this zone. Okay, very, very big zone. Let's take a look at this 1 minute. Looks like a huge flag. I just don't want to get you guys confused in the market, right? You see that huge, looking flaggish thing right over here? I'm so sorry. Let's get rid of that. Too many lines over here going on our chart, right? So there's a huge accumulation right over here. There's this huge sideways accumulation. So what we could be seeing is the breakout of this accumulation, the market pulling back into this accumulation. As you see, looking to fill these FBGs, and then pulling back up over here, right? It could be pulling back up right over there, right out of that zone. But what we're going to be looking for, same with AUD CAD, okay, if they short, we're then going to be looking for this market to pull back out, right? We're going to be looking for that market to pull back out in that area, okay, under this trend area, all right? And it's actually a lot bigger than that, right? That's what we see over there, right? Like a cone, okay? Like a nice cone. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. You could be getting a pullback and then the drop back over there. I just don't like all these lines, so I just want to get rid of them. Okay? I don't know how to explain it. It's just so much technical analysis going on in my mind for this. It's a little more complicated to explain without breaking down Elliott waves. So I'm trying to break it down without explaining Elliott waves to you guys. Okay? Just by saying pullbacks and things like that. Alright, so overall, this is what I'm looking at for USD CAD as well. Okay, so basically because USD CAD is breaking this low right over here, I would like to see it pull back in this area and then continue to sell off and trade in this area. Alright, and trade in that area. Let's come back to the 15-minute. So this was about 7 a.m., 7:15 a.m. right over here before this market started breaking out, giving us about 14 pips or so, went about 20. So we're just going to see how these markets cook up over here, right? Because I just have a feeling this is just going to pull back over here. All right. So we're gonna wait off for AUD CAD, USD CAD. We're gonna keep taking a look at some other markets, see what else is coming on. So AUD CAD is moving as expected. Okay, we're getting that lower time frame pullback, so we get a higher time frame sell-off. All right. So we're gonna see what's happening with this over here. So AUD CAD looking better. We'll see what happens with AUD CAD. Let's come over, see what else the market has going on. I was marking up some charts, so we're going to take a look at some other charts that we have over here before we do anything. So, GBP oil. Now, just coming back to the scanner, the reason why we don't really have much going on the scanner today. That was the thing for me. Let's refresh this. I didn't have much going on with the scanner. Right? Let's come back to Forex, AUDNZD. Okay. AUDNZD, big downtrend. No structure, no price action to even tell us to trade this pullback just yet. Actually, we could be looking at a little bit of an inverted harmonic cup over here. We're going to have to open up the candlesticks. We could be looking at an inverted cup over there, actually. It wouldn't be too bad. Let's see what these candles are looking like. So we have AUD CAD and then AUD NZD. So, okay, we can come to the candles. Okay, we do have bullish engulfings over here. Let's try this on the 4 hour. Let's see what this is. Okay, no, 4 hours definitely not enough structure to trade this. 1 hour, a little bit of extra structure over here. We might be able to take a look at AUD NZD. We just need to set this up on a smaller time frame for this harmonic inverted cup. As you guys see, we do have a bullish engulfing right here, followed by a higher high candle, which is a very, very good sign to get a buy over here. So we'll take a look at AUD NZD as well. We just got to be careful with the odds again because there's news happening later. So we're going to see what else is cooking up over here. But this is an interesting trade we could potentially take a look at, depending on what zone this is traded into. So we'll come back to that, AUDNZD. Let's see, USDJPY. What's happening with USDJPY? USDJPY is giving us a buy, but this is more of a selling market. NZDJPY giving us a sell. Okay, so we're going to stay away from those. We have a lot of hits, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a lot of hits, 5 hits, pegging to this high. So this is an exhausted zone. So we might stay away from this, but we're going to come back. We're going to check this out as well. We have some nice bearish engulfing followed by lower lows. So we'll take a look at NZDJPY. AUD. Family, just give me a second as we're looking through some of these pairs. AUD CAD, Bitcoin, USD CAD pulling back up, potentially selling back off. GBP NZD. Let's see, AUDJPY. DJ. This has been the interesting trade in DJ over here. A lot of structure on DJ, G4, USD Chef. Alright, so not much happening over here on the scanner for right now. So we're going to take it to the market. We're going to go old school. We're going to take a look at some price action. But what we're going to do is we're going to investigate some of these pairs. So NZD-JPY. Okay, we have big wick rejection over here. Good directional bias. Market potentially coming down. We could take a look at NZD-JPY as well. Let's see how the CADs are working. Okay, we're going to do that. Or we're going to stay away from that for a minute. All right, let's take a look at what pair was this. This was NZD-JPY. Let's come over here to NZD-JPY. Let's see if there's actually something picking up on there quickly or not. Okay, NZD-JPY. Let's come right over here. NZD-JPY. Okay. There. 1, 2, 3, 50%. Okay, yes, this was very big move over here.